And this episode of Penn Point starts right now. This episode of Penn Point is brought to you by Thrill List. So, a few weeks ago, Jon Stewart did this thing called the Night of Too Many Stars. It's for autism, or actually to help people with autism. And I was asked to be in it in the LA version, and I was very, very flattered. And I was there answering phone. I did a comedy bit with Jon Stewart, which is always a joy. I mean, Jon Stewart has been, I've known him for years and years. We're not very close, we don't ever hang out, but every time we're together, we have a terrific time. And he's a wonderful guy, and smart as a motherfucker, and just terrific and great and kind and terrific and great, blah, blah, blah. So I was happy to do it for Jon Stewart. And I'm also going to be there answering phones with a lot, I was there with like Betty White and Tom Hanks and, George Clooney came in after us and Kevin Pollak and all sorts of groovy people answering phones. So I'm answering phones, and Tom Hanks is, 4 seats away from me. And I'm answering phones, and I'm going, Night of Too Many Stars, Penn, this is Penn speaking. And then some people would go, who? And I should say that the majority of people were very, very kind and were willing to act like they wanted to talk to me, at least. Or maybe they really did, but they were very kind to me and very nice. Had some nice conversations. And the people who called up and donated and got me on the phone, thank you so much for calling in. But 2 people in a row asked for Tom Hanks. They said, could I speak to Tom Hanks? And Tom Hanks is, he's 4 seats away, and he's talking to someone else, and, the lines are backed up for all of us. So, no, you can't talk to Tom Hanks. And they'd say, well, could you just hand him the phone for a moment? And I'd say, no, you can't talk to Tom Hanks. And they would kind of hang up, like pissed off at me. Like I'm there answering phones, and I'm trying to be a nice guy, and they're pissed off because I have the sin of not being fucking Tom Hanks, right? So I decide to do this thing where I just pick up the phone and I go, Night of Too Many Stars, this is Tom Hanks. Now I say, this is Tom Hanks, exactly like this. Listen carefully. Listen, just sample this if you want. This is Tom Hanks. This is Tom Hanks. This is Tom Hanks. This is Tom Hanks. There are a few things that sentence doesn't sound like, and one of them is Tom Hanks. My voice and Tom Hanks's voice do not sound very much alike. My demeanor and Tom Hanks's demeanor are not very much alike. He's a nice guy. He was very, very kind to me. But I go, Night of Too Many Stars, this is Tom Hanks. And what does the person in the line do? They do not go, bullshit, you're Tom Hanks. Put that motherfucker on. They do not go, what? You're not Tom Hanks. They don't do anything. They go, hello, Mr. Hanks. And all of a sudden, I hear a kind of respect from a fan that I've never heard before. When they say, I really loved you in Band of Brothers. I thought you were tremendous. You're my favorite actor. And at that point, with this kind of sincerity coming back to me, and I'm lying, what am I going to do? So what I do is I say, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like Band of Brothers too. It was a joy to be in that. Was he in that, or was he just producing it? I don't know. But anyways, I never saw it. It was a joy. And then they say, well, tell us a little bit about, one of them says, tell me about Wilson. And I go, Wilson? I guess it's the football or something that he has in his Castaway movie, which I didn't see either. And they go, it was the ball. It was your friend. And I go, oh yes, Wilson, sure. I'll say hi to Wilson for you. And they go, well, we donated this money just to talk to you, and it's wonderful we get to talk to you. Goodbye. And I hang up the phone. Now I have this power given to me where I realize that doing a Tom Hanks impersonation doesn't involve any impersonation whatsoever. So the next time the phone rings, I go, which they ring as soon as you hang up, they ring again. I go, Night of Too Many Stars. Tom Hanks speaking. And again, they go nuts. Tom Hanks speaking. And now I have a conversation about growing up. But I don't know where Tom Hanks grew up. But I still talk about growing up and how great this is and how I have a friend whose child has autism, a very close, which is true for me. I don't know if it's true for Tom Hanks. And I talk, and they're, oh, Mr. Hanks was so great. Then I call again. Hi, Night of Too Many Stars. This is Tom Hanks speaking, and they put me on speakerphone. So I'm in a whole room of people, and I'm Tom Hanks. And then Kevin Pollak comes over, and I want to show off a little bit. And I go, watch this. So I pick up the phone, and I go, Night of Too Many Stars. This is Tom Hanks. And Kevin Pollak starts, laughing his nutsack off. And I go through the conversation. He says, yes. Oh, yes, Band of Brothers. Oh, my favorite was Apollo 13, which is true. I love Apollo 13. My favorite movie was Apollo 13. And I say, well, thank you so much for donating. And they say, it's great talking to you, Mr. Hanks. And I hang up. And Kevin Pollak looks at me like I'm the Louis Pasteur of show business, like I found this incredible thing. And then I go over to Tom Hanks, who has a little bit of a break, and I go, Tom, I'm doing you. I'm just saying I'm Tom Hanks, and people are really, really thrilled. And then Tom Hanks goes, don't do that. Cut that out. You're a celebrity yourself. Just say who you are, and the answer is yourself. And, Tom Hanks, who's a really nice guy and really smart and really funny, and I love him, Tom Hanks is very used to people saying yes to him because he's Tom Hanks. So I just go, no. I'll say I'm Tom Hanks whatever the fuck I want. You're not stopping me. I'm going to say I'm Tom Hanks. I'm just kind of defiant now. I'm just kind of, fuck you. I can say I'm Tom Hanks. And my thinking is, I have as much right to say I'm Tom Hanks as you do. Which I don't, because I'm talking to Tom Hanks. This is the kind of asshole I am. But I want to be defiant with Tom Hanks. So I do like one more call as Tom Hanks, and he kind of can hear me 3 feet over. And then I say to him, just because the bastard has done nothing wrong. Tom Hanks is a perfect person. Everything he does is smart, kind, wise, funny. He's tremendous. And he's also a juggler, and I want to juggle with him. I have got nothing against Tom Hanks, but, I'm a little bit of an asshole, maybe a lot of an asshole. So I do it once more in front of him, and then he says, come on, Penn, cut it out, which he says really nicely, not in any sort of dictatorial way. There's nothing in this story that's negative about Tom Hanks. It's only about me. So I do it once more, and then I turn to him, and I have to insult him. Now, what exactly am I insulting Tom Hanks for? I'm insulting Tom Hanks because someone on the phone asked to talk to him. That is the sum total of all Tom Hanks's sins with me, all of them. Someone else wanted to speak to Tom Hanks. So I say, Tom, it's really easy to be you. Turns out, none of your personality matters. None of your voice matters. All you've got to do is the simple statement, I am Tom Hanks. And that's all it takes to be Tom Hanks. And I kind of laugh. And Kevin Pollak kind of laughs. And you know something? Tom Hanks laughs. You know why? Because Tom Hanks is a better person than me. And if you ever call any charity event to donate money and Tom Hanks is there, no matter who answers the phone, ask to talk to Tom Hanks. Because he's a better person than anybody else answering phones. Especially me. Listen to this again. Night of Too Many Stars. This is Tom Hanks. This episode of Penn Point is brought to you by Thrill List. You know how you have that one friend who hooks you up with cool new bands before anyone else has ever heard of them? Well, Thrill List is like that, but for cool new stuff to do and places to go. Want to know about a Star Wars burlesque show, a beer garden that screens 80 flicks, or a new restaurant with a sushi robot? Then sign up for Thrill List, a free daily email that sifts through the crap to find the best new bars, restaurants, events, and services. Whatever it is, they promise it won't suck. Hit up thrillist.com/penpoint and you'll start getting Thrill List sweet knowledge right away.